Hey guys, I am Rafael Reich. If you are Brazilian, you may like, oh, what the fuck, why he's speaking English? It's because this weekend we made top 4 into the 3x3 LCS. So I'm gonna to make this profile in English because our third member is Greek. And we're gonna show all the world our insights about it. So that's it. Before we start with the video, I'm gonna shout out the element4game.com, that it's our official sponsorship. Thank you if you are watching this, and let's go for the video. Okay guys, so the first deck profile we have there are for Nkls, that is the first on Dwelling Book and was our player B. Nkls, show yourself.
Hello.
So Nkls, talk about your deck. Go for it. You are the artist there.
I played Buster Blader in both with Dragoon and Dogma. It was, I think, the best deck to beat the meta at the moment. And should we go for the list to show the cards?
Of course, do it. Before you start the list, Nkls, show us what were your matchups. You played a lot of Dinosaurs, Dragon Link, something like this?
Yeah. I played against 3 Dragon Links, 3 Dino, 1 Sky Striker on top 8, 1 Infernoble, and 1 Invo Dogma.
And your lose was for Dragon Link, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Talk about the deck, talk about the ratios, and go for it.
Like the deck has 18 starters: the Wealth, the Fusion, and Insight, the Nadir, Log with Trap Trick, and of course Ecclesia. I played just 9 hand traps. I think was the optimal ratio to open at least one and avoid breaks that you might have in a long round event. The other call I had was like Paleos for Mystic Mine or something awkward that I faced twice, I guess, against Dino players that played mine. There can be only one was also, yeah.
The Nanomiskos, by the way, I think it's kind of important to say that you got Mystic Mine like 3 or 4, and it was kind of delicious. So what about the Tercan one? How it went at all?
It was fine, I guess. Yeah.
So any other comment about your deck? Something on main deck that you may explain the ratios? Something inside deck?
I like a lot the ratio of 2 cards, not 3, like having Trap Trick and that needs 2 traps to have it searchable that easy is something I like having the 2 Paleos or the twice Dragon Prison. You know, you can open it. It's like having 5 copies of the card to open it. Also, there can be only one. Also, is a really good card. Is a card that wins you like most of the games if you go in first. Opening multiples or have it going second is not that good. So I decided to have a 2 ratio on that as well and keep 42 cards, same deck size as I had before the LCS list. Now about the side deck.
No. Just before we end main deck, I may ask it, but why the ratios of just 2 insights and why just 1 eclair? Talk about it.
I wanted the smallest dogmatica engine was possible. So like there is a broken card, we all know it, and it didn't affect any of my other starts like Whelp or Dice Fusion. So having the minimum was to just have that splashable engine and power creep the deck. I never needed something more from the Dogma engine like sending the Dragon Engrave have full Buster Lock with Prologue or search the fusion for the next turn, or just the pop of the entities. I think minimum engine was just enough play.
And Two Insights?
Yeah,
Two
two
Insights, so you
inside.
think Two Insights was the best rate of the moment?
I was playing free at the beginning, but when I saw some Dragoon stuff and like this coming around, I thought of maybe I should add twice Dragon Prism. So to add those and keep the ratio on 42 cards, I thought so like I should card the card. And I decided to that one be insight. Like after first insight resolves, the others are dead. You also have the three fusion. Okay, you have to avoid the extra bricks you might have.
By the way, do you want to explain how it works at all? How just a Red Dice Fusion plus Prologue is just like full combo? I think
Yeah,
Buster Blader is not the most common deck, so maybe people can like, whoa, what the fuck this deck shouldn't do.
yeah, definitely. Like I wanna also mention that many people think like, okay, it's Buster Blader, the best matchup is against dragons. No, that's wrong. Like against dragons, you have to go first or have enough hand traps to stop them. Like against extra deflect, you most time lose. So yeah, your best matchup is like something that do not force you to have the out on the first turn, and you may have the resources to outground. Like I think Dino is the easiest matchup I could have. I 2 all of them I played.
Yeah, you just stomped all dinosaurs, and at the first moment I said, no, you are going to be the player B because most of dinos are going to be player B.
Yeah,
I
you made a
couldn't be
good
more
call there.
correct. Like it was kind of
Yeah,
insane.
Nicholas was our Dino Slayer. Dino
like
Slayer.
dinos have the broken thing of miscellaneous errors protect from activated effects, but Dragon is not an activated effect. Make your he is monster dragon, so who cares? Like even your traps are effective after that.
And at all, and when we were testing, you could even won some games against Dragonlink going second because if you open something like a bait to bait his normal summon, he bait Savage by the way, and you chain link to Prologue, you might be won that game. That's kind of insane
Yeah,
because
definitely.
Prologue, who doesn't know, Prologue sends as cost. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, definitely.
So go
Also,
for the side decks. Explain your side deck. Why
one
just
more
Jul and
thing I
Sag?
wanna say about the interaction with Acid Dragon in There Can Be Only One. Like the deck might not suffer from There Can Be, but if you make your opponent monster all dragons, you can keep only one no matter what.
Seems
Yeah,
too
that
strong. So about side deck, explain your
uh,
range.
about side deck. I had the Veilers in the main Nibiru's on the side. I changed that because I expected like Dragon Links and stuff. Gamma was pretty standard in the side. I didn't like that. In the main, I also had 4 vanillas with 2 bladers. Cosmics, I think, is the best removal for my deck. And further judgments, something that I have to defend myself from Robot Roller and stuff. Like, yeah. Lancers was something I was not that sure about if I had to play or not. I was about Roller Lancia, not that confident about either of them. So, yeah, you made the call, Lancia. I used it like twice, helped me a lot against Dino. Once, yeah.
At all, your insight going first is just to add order and judgment and hope on
No,
it.
no. When I go first, I even side out the impermanent side because I have a lot of sets. So Duster, Storm, and stuff are a threat. So I prefer to have the interaction in my hand to protect my field.
Okay,
And there's
so you change Veiler with impermanence, right?
yeah, and Nibiru's with
Like
judgment and
you take Nibiru's. It makes sense because
yeah,
like Nibiru will out your field, and you can't
yeah,
have a good comeback at all.
yeah. The deck doesn't have that good recover.
So on extra deck, something.
Uh, Extra Link I think is pretty standard. I have the 3 Nadir targets, entities, the plantain as dragon. The booster cards are for 2 fusion, 2 synchro, and the link to not that powerful, but helps you a lot in grind games or when you have the blader in hand and you can make some spicy plays. Kuribo is like one of the best cards, I have to say that. Really, it's really good, no joke. Anima is for the greedy play to punish wrong placement of your opponent. Unicorn is about something. I liked Unicorn a lot, to be honest. I summoned him like twice, but both times were really impactful. BL's Link also passed card. Like it's auto win against some more controlled matchups that go grindy. Yeah, like it won by itself in Invo Dogma both games. Abyss is to make it from your boss's dragon in before the turn it gets popped from prologue. Like it's a really strong negate. You can also play around ruler if you have a beast. Like he plays ruler, you chain prologue from the grave to protect something you don't even have, and then chain a beast to prologue to negate the ruler. That's the cool interaction a beast has.
Hot-headed Dark Abyss, it was a thing that we discussed a lot before the tournament. We are talking about Hothead or Link Spider, right?
Yeah. I
Uh,
think I didn't need the Link Spider at all in the event, so yeah.
you need the Hot Dragon at all? No.
Not that much as I expected, to be honest. Like day two, I didn't even sound him, but on day one, he made some appearances, helped me to pull some games. It's definitely a busted card. Helps you a lot.
Okay, so to end your profile, do you want to say something, to shout out someone, and would you
Uh,
change something in your deck list?
I don't think I have to change something. Still not sure about Lancers, to be honest, but yeah, maybe just that. I want to shout out to both my teammates and Mateo, of course, and you did really good job. We made top four. Was something really amazing. It was my first LCS, my first big event, let's say. So I'm really happy to serve with you guys.
Yeah, I can see something. It was an honor to play with you, and our result was kind of insane. So thank you for everything. Mateus, wanna say something?
Yeah, what's up? It was a pleasure playing alongside with you guys. Already said that and cannot say any any further than this. It was an honor, really. It was a
Okay,
great event.
so Nicholas, do you have any other shout out?
Uh, Also to Marius that helped me meet you and team us up. To my sponsor Emptiness, and I think that's enough.
Okay, so let's go for our Dragon Link deck profile. We could play something like a Pancratops, you could play more hand traps, the triple, something like this. Or maybe 3 Ash. 3 Ash was kind of good against dinosaurs, so could be a good call at all.
Yeah.
The two Veilers was like, what is better against every fucking deck on the format? We can like Ash, 2 Ashes, 2 Veilers, or 2 Draws. We think Draw was not that relevant at all. We think Ash was going to stuck in our hands at all because Dragon Links really don't lose for it. So we were Veiler against Ash. And Veiler is also a Thunder level 1 that we could bring on game 2 if he side out the Destruction Sword. So I don't think I would play something instead of those two Veilers at all.
I was thinking about Pancratops and Red Boot, but on last minute I changed it for Veilers because we needed really to see 2+ hand traps to stop the dragon combo. And
Yeah, that's a very good point. At all, if
it
you open with Nibiru or something like this, you need to have a hand trap to bait opponent. Then you can go just for Nibiru and Nibiru goes beer. If opponent makes a safe negate, like for example, chain block the Romulus, that's pretty common. You may need to have the Veiler instead of Ash, so that's why we played 2 Veilers. So to end our side deck, it's Twin Twister. At all, it would be insane if I drew it, but
Twin Twister, I think
the
this
insight
was.
on Twin Twister was for Evoked Dogma at all.
Yeah, like we're not playing RP Spatters or Lightning Storms or even evenly match, because Twin Twister could be used on our own standby phase, because the Shadow Trap could only be activated on the main phase, and Reich gave me this call to play Twin Twister, and I really like it. It came clutch in a lot of matchups, like against the Buster Blader deck. It was the matchup that I lost, but I could use in their standby phase after I bricked game my turn one. It was good, but I didn't draw it when I needed.
It wasn't relevant when we need for, but at all the Invoked plays, no, the Evoked Dogma play doesn't even end story hand because most of the spells he wanted to have in field. He wanted to play it. Desirous, Nadir, Meltdown, everything he wanted to have in field instead of staying in hand. So he could just like Twin Twister for 2. You could out his Shadow. You could out his Dogmatica Trap at all, and it was kind of good. It didn't appear when we need to, but it was good in theory. I don't get to see it in practice. I activated it once against Eldritch Purr, but it was irrelevant because I took like 3 hand traps. So yeah, I think it is about side. No, about the extra deck, I think we don't need to say something big because 14 of those cards are standard and you can change. So we have just one flex spot that might be the Dealing Dragon. So I think Mateus could explain better than me, but Dealing was clutch to me because at times I need a free extender. I get Dealing, and Dealing was like, if I don't have Dealing, I couldn't go for Union Carrier.
Yeah, the dealing was like kind of generic link 2 to go off from LP and Pisty, or maybe Nocto and other dragon. I used it a lot because I need to get to Boros Sword fast, and it has a clutch effect that summons itself from the graveyard when you special summon Rocket on your field. So it plus itself plus Boot Sector summoning a Tracer could give you like instant Boros Sword access. It was really good because of this.
The fun fact of Dealing is that you might use it for choose his own to play LP, for example. If you open if I got Dragon or some extender like that, on a late game, the Dealing comes really in clutch because you can summon it on extra monster and make play to take back LP and play by the zone, what you couldn't do with like the third Striker Dragon, that it's the most common thing at all. I think the Dealing, it's a must-off. Couldn't play Striker Dragon because, yeah, I know. Striker Dragon is kind of better at the late game, but you don't usually need to go for the late game.
If you manage your resources in a pretty standard way, you never really need the 30 striker because you have chaos space to put it back, or you could just do your combo without using the second one and use the second one in a later game state. But sometimes you need to.
And when you don't use the second one, you really need Dealing to clean your field at all. So proceed.
Yeah. No, I was just trying to say that if you manage your resources, you pretty much don't need the second one. Only in some strange scenarios, but yeah.
Yeah. Also, at all, I think it's our deck profile for me, Mateus, and Nkls11. Before we end this, I think I should say that at all, I could just like took off the trick I used to play 3 Ashes, and it would be good to me.
I think I would cut the triple carriages to play Pancratops and Harpist Feathers, just because I'm really sorry of losing for matchups that are control decks. Because we are expecting a lot of combos, but some I just
Somehow.
somehow I just got a lot of control matchups that I don't even need the Lanceas and Jizukiros.
So I think that is Mateus. Do you wanna make some shout out?
Yeah, for everyone that was watching our stream, that I watched as on Parfa stream playing like our mirror our matches, and yeah, it was a great event and all of that.
I wanna make my shout out to Mateus and Nicholas. I will say thank you for playing with me. That was a kind of good matchup. An extra shout out to Element 4 Game, that it's the sponsor of this channel. Thank you for it. If you watch the event, thank you so much. Subscribe my channel, like this video. If you know someone that speaks Portuguese, I know this channel usually makes content in Portuguese, but please show it to any friend that you know that may speak Portuguese. Thank you, guys. That's it. Goodbye. So I think I would cut Thunder King.
Maybe play Panka Drops or
We are here with my deck profile, and it's basically the same deck from Mateus. We played the same list card by card, except for the Kaiju, that for the memes, I played the Thunder one and he played the Machina one. But at all, we have the same list. Wanna say something before we start deck list, Mateus?
I don't have much to say. You can start right now.
Okay, so our medical for this tournament was like, okay, we must win games against Poké Dogma and Dragon Link, Infernable, Tusk combos on game 1. Like, I just lost to Dragon Link, a game to Dragon Link once. So, at all, I think our game plan was kind of good for that. And we also think, okay, no one is going to choose draw, because most of Dragon Links are using the Dragon Maid engine, the parlor to ban and play around the draw. So, at all, we thought, like, okay, everyone is trying to escape from draw, so no one will be using draw. So we can just like, okay, yeah, and just play like, we can do everything. That's why we played with the Black Metal Dragon Engine. That on most of decks that cuts off for Parallel Engine takes off the Black Metal, and I really think it's not an option at all, because Red Eyes Darkness is kind of insane, and the normal summon of Black Metal makes your opponent need to have a Lancea in the draw. And if you play the Dragon Maid engine, you could just like really lose for normal summon Parlor, Chaining 2 of Lancea. What's kind of stupid at all. So with the Red Eyes, you must need 2 hand traps to lose that game. About the hand trap ratios, play at 9. That was 3 Nibiru, 3 Impermanence, triple Gamma. I think there isn't something like not much common there, because our Dragon Link was really in a good position. It's not something like very different of.
I think they are the best hand traps to stop Dragon Link at all. It's just the better hand traps against the best deck, I think. There was not
at
much...
all. If you wanted to make, okay, continue, please continue.
There was not much more hand traps. Like draw hurts a lot, but if they are playing parlor, we get stuck with a draw in your hands. And if they are playing the black metal and we play Lancea, yeah, it's basically these two. If we play draw in main, we might get stuck against Parlor Engine, and if you play Lancea, tá, deixa quieto, eu não consegui.
Okay, I think Mateus was going to say that if you play Lancea on main deck, like many players have done, on round 1 we played against a player that was like triple Lancea on all teammates, and they went 0-2. So at all, I don't think it was a good choice for this tournament. But we could have like really be good against dinosaurs, because there's a lot of dinosaurs. The winner was 3 dinosaurs. They were our only loss on Swiss, by the way. So Against Lanceia, if you main deck Lanceia, you could start like against many decks that can play around. For example, the Infernable match that we were expecting for more Infernable, or we could just like get fucked by a mirror match where the bro have like any Thunder Extender or anything like this. At all, I think the worst care card on our main deck was the Nibiru, because we had a lot of dinosaurs, but it was a concession to play against all combo decks, and at all, Nibiru was pretty good to me. All games that Nibiru resolved, I really want that game. So I think it's kind of worth enough to, you must win game 1 when you draw it, and against dinosaurs or Invoked Dogma or something, you can just side the route. And even in game 1 against the Invoked Dogma matchup, you can Nibiru him. If you open like Impermanent Nib or Gamma Nib, you can Nib him after Meshaba, after the Dogmatica plays, and you get fucking him the class out.
Yeah,
So let's go talk for the side deck. I think there is not much like innovative.
Yeah, two
like
Noctus was our call, man. I think it was the.
We had the call that Noctu really sucks on the going second at all.
Yeah, just one recharger and 3 tracers with 41 cards. It was kind of not so much standard to play.
I think you don't need to explain it at all, but Tracer is a Thunder Extender, and when you got stopped at the Dragonite Link, you must have an Thunder Extender to keep playing. Thunder Extender might be a 1-for-1, quick launch, Tracer, something like this, and 1-for-1 was really big this tournament, and that's part of the point why to play Black Metal, because it turns 1-for-1, a starter, and a combo piece at all. So as side deck, we played just the one Knock to tear, because our game plan was, okay, if we are going to go first, we need to take off the 3 Gammas and the driver. And we had the triple tactical that was kind of insane against all matchups when you go first, because you hand trap E, you can draw 2 cards, you can see the opponent hand. Mateus actually had a triple tactical against dinosaurs that is kind of insane. So I think it's pointless to explain why triple tactical is kind of really too broken.
We can stall Doka or shuffle some bricks. Yeah, it's really good. Plus.
At all, we think like triple tactical was the perfect side because it could go first against all decks and could be a good side for going second against like for example the dinosaur matchup or the Invoked Dogma one. We could do it. That's the point. But on the going first, we need something to take out Gamma to triple tactical, and Noctovision was just not worth enough to play in a going second scenario, so we put it on side, and it was really good.
Yeah,
we were thinking like, what could we play?
He hard loses to Shadow Schisms, the trap one. The Shadows play.
If trap that brings window, yeah.
Yeah, if you do Striker 1 and Nocto 2, you may get fucked by Shadow Trap. And
anyway, Nocto was kinda bad against the draw, so at all, we don't really need it. It's a perfect extender. It's an extender that gives you the draw at all, but if you brick with this deck, your brick may be with or 5 hand traps, or drawing too much Nocto, Collap, too much Wyvern Buster, things like that. So one side is not perfect. The triple Lancia was kind of standard at all. I don't think we need to discuss it. The triple Kaiju was for the mirror match and for dinosaurs when we know we are going second. But I don't play at Kaiju once at all, so we could side it out.
Yeah.
What about Kaiju to you, Mateus?
I don't even have the chance to use them. I just discarded for Chaos of Space and kept on comboing. It was really good on the paper, but I don't think there was a matchup that it came real. Because
there were some matches that I was like, I draw a Kaiju and I win, so...
Yeah. Imagine drawing then.